In this video, I want to look at one of the most important and powerful functions that you'll be using in Photoshop, especially when it comes to using editing and compositing photos, and that is the curves layer. I'm going to pull one of those up. It is an adjustment layer, so it comes from the menu at the bottom of your layers palette, and again listed as curves. And when I pull it open, I'm going to expand this so that we can really kind of have a look at it. You'll see a histogram, something that shows the distribution of value within this photo. So we have very little in the way of dark, but mostly I'm seeing it come from the figure right here. Obviously we have a pretty dark figure, so she's standing out from the background. And then pretty low on the dark middles, and then as we go towards lighter, you can see that that really dominates this photo. What I want to try to do is create a little bit of balance here in the fact that the figure's a little bit too dark for my taste. Whenever I get the feeling that a figure is too dark is when I start to lose detail that I would prefer to have, and I'm definitely not getting as much from this as I want, so I'm going to soften this up a little bit. Now with a curves layer, essentially what you're doing is you're increasing or decreasing the amount within these ranges of dark to light. So how I bend this changes how the photo edits, and you can see that happening in real time just as I'm manipulating the line. Now you can bend it as I am there. You can also pull up on the edges of both the dark and the light side to change the range, to darken it or lighten it overall, or you can do what I'm about to do and create points. See, if I click right here, it creates a point, and then I can go down here and bend based primarily on that point. That allows me to soften up this darker figure without affecting too much else at the same time. So I'm going to pull that up just a little bit to about there. Wash out that figure some, get rid of some of the darks. I probably pushed it a little bit too far. These are often done with subtlety. You don't want to make real huge drastic changes. You just want to make small adjustments to get the look that you want. So this is one way to do it. Curves layers are actually really complex. There's a lot of different things that you can do with them. I can go down here and reset if I want to. That's what this little reverse button is for. I can also toggle on and off, being able to see it directly from the window. I can also use a variety of presets that might make some changes to it. Right now I'm going to keep it on default and then go back to the change that I made there. And also you can go through, right now it's covering all of my color channels, red, green, and blue. I can go in and select one in particular. Let's say if I want to do what I refer to as the poor man's Instagram, and increase the blue and then darken the yellows, lighten the blue I guess, and then darken the yellows in the shadow areas, and that will give me kind of an Instagram look. It's a pretty quick way to get to it if you're looking for something like that. So it might be able to expand a little bit. So there's a variety of different things you can change in here to adjust your colors, to adjust your value, and this is a really useful tool you're going to find yourself using a lot. There's not a whole lot that I'm going to explain about it in this video. This should be relatively short because it's one of those things you really just got to get in and start experimenting with to see what kind of results you can get. So I'm going to pretty much leave that one there, other than the small little change I was making to the darks. So that's pretty much it for curves. Use it to lighten, use it to darken, use it to balance things out, and keep it subtle. A lot of times you don't want to overdo it, you don't want to make it too strong.